We begin in Washington, D.C. this morning, where President Trump blocked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's planned trip to visit troops in Afghanistan on Thursday. The move came a day after Pelosi wrote the president a letter suggesting he delay his State of the Union address until the government is reopened. Late Thursday, President Trump canceled the U.S. delegation's trip this month to an economic forum in Switzerland, citing the shutdown. Native American tribes from around the world will converge on Washington, D.C. today for the first Indigenous Peoples March. About 10,000 people are expected to rally this morning, starting at the Building of Interior Affairs and walking to the Lincoln Memorial. The idea of the march is to bring awareness to injustices affecting Indigenous people, including genocide and human trafficking. A member of the Northern Cheyenne tribe will be one of today's speakers. Her focus is empowering Native Americans to vote.
My passion is trying to empower the Indigenous people to get out and vote. We could have a monumental impact on what happens. I am with my tribal companion. We are both over the moon excited about being here, representing our nation, seeing other nations here as well. It's very exciting and very historic for us.
Crow tribal member and hip-hop artist Superman is among the entertainers scheduled for the march. Two other marches will happen in Washington this week: the March for Life, which is also today, and the Women's March on Saturday. Now we go to California, where a Florence, Montana man is blamed for the shooting spree that killed a 93-year-old woman and created at least 7 crime scenes during his rampage. CBS 13 in Sacramento reports 48-year-old Stanley Stepansky gunned down the woman in Placer County Tuesday night. Investigators say there is no known relationship between the gunman and the 93-year-old woman. Investigators believe Stepansky was responsible for acts of violence in 7 locations before being shot and killed by authorities. One man was shot while driving his truck and another person was shot in Loomis. Both are expected to be okay. In 2017, Stepansky was arrested on a felony charge of assault with a weapon after he allegedly became angry that his mother didn't give him $400. Back here in Billings, a recommendation on the future name of Metro Park will head to the Yellowstone County Commissioners next week. But in the meantime, a steering committee has selected First Interstate Bank as the frontrunner. Rimrock Auto decided to not renew its contract that ends in May of 2019. The proposals are coming from First Interstate Bank and Ultra Graphics, both based in Billings. First Interstate is proposing a 5-year deal for $875,000, and Ultra Graphics has set forth a proposal for 10 years at $1.2 million. The Yellowstone County Commissioners put out a request for proposals to the public back in November. The commissioners will vote on Tuesday. Elsewhere, a high-end steakhouse is set to take over the former Rex Restaurant Bar and Grill on Montana Avenue. The building sold to Rick Larson of Billings last year, and permits were received in May. Hardy Construction is the company demolishing the interior. Q2 spoke with Greg Hardy, who said it should be finished by August of 2019. Larson is keeping the Rex name, calling it Buffalo Block at the Rex. Buffalo blocks were the pavers used along Montana Avenue back in the day, something that the new restaurant plans to use as well. On the Billings West End, the old Sports Authority building on 24th Street West is coming down with no solid plans for the future. The sporting store went out of business back in 2016, and since then the building owners have not been able to find a new tenant. According to the Billings Building Division, the owners, Central Avenue Plaza, made the decision to demolish the store. While there were no structural problems, the building division says the configuration inside the building was apparently making it difficult to find a tenant. Reportedly, the plan is to rebuild on the land. And just down the street, progress is being made on a new grocery store. The Winco building is coming along. We have reached out to store management for an update on its progress, but have not heard back. We do know jobs for the new store have been posted online, and Billings residents have received job opening flyers in the mail. From the 66th session, state Republicans laid out their plan to quickly approve an inflationary increase to public school funding. Legislative leaders and State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Elsie Arntzen, held a news conference in support of the House Bill 159 on Thursday. That bill would increase basic entitlement funding for school districts over the next 2 years. Representative Seth Bergley of Joliet chairs the House Education Committee. He says the committee could take action on the bill today. Leaders say they don't want to make districts wait for this funding to be approved.
It's been a priority of ours to get this out of committee as quickly as possible, get it out to our local school boards. They're using this to set their budgets. So in previous sessions, it's kind of become a political football, but we've made it a priority this session to keep politics out of it as much as possible and make sure that our local schools are taken care of.
Governor Steve Bullock's office says the bill is a start, but it doesn't go far enough to improve educational opportunities. House Minority Leader Casey Schreiner is carrying an alternate bill supported by the governor. It includes the same inflationary increase as well as providing funding for public preschool and a permanent inflationary adjustment for special education. Meanwhile, Montana lawmakers need to buy in to move forward with the One Big Sky development project. Supporters call it the game changer for the future of Billings. The project would begin with private financial investment, but also require a giant matching investment from the city and state. Q2's Russ Riesinger talked to one state lawmaker who says he's working on drafting a bill right now that he hopes will get looked at this legislative session.
A very, very unique concept. I mean, you talk about out of the box. It's fascinating.
State Senator Roger Webb says he's excited about what One Big Sky could mean, not just for Billings, but for all of Montana.
We could sit there and grow our general fund from this to this, literally overnight. It has a lot of potential. It's a very powerful tool. It's just, we're trying to work out the kinks in the armor right now.
Those kinks include trying to find a creative way for the state to pay for what would be its share of the match with the private sector.
We're having an issue on the state side of finding a way to implement it because it actually requires a $125 million statutory appropriation. We don't have $125 million bucks. But remember, it's payable over 30 years. So you're talking aggregated of $4 million a year, which that's doable.
And whether lawmakers across the rest of the state would be willing to sign off on paying for a project based in Billings also remains to be seen.
It's a complicated bill. It's going to catch some people by surprise. I'm just running it up the flagpole with some folks that I want their opinions on it. But at the same time, it's almost a well-kept secret.
Senator Webb said if they can modify the accounting side of it from the state's perspective, that a bill on the state funding for One Big Sky should be considered this session, but they are still trying to work that out and they don't have a lot of time to do it. Well, before we take a break, one Billings family is making memories together one step at a time. The Blotskys are about to embark on a 50-state backpacking journey. Q2's Jenny Fick has their story.
We're the Blotsky family. And we are about to embark on a 50 states hiking journey. We started dreaming, and this is the idea we came up with. We would raft, fish, hike, camp, Red Lodge Mountain, ski. So yeah, it's always been in my blood. Yeah. And same for Chet.
Yeah, I'm from North Dakota, so it's a little flat.
Not as much to do.
But I grew up coming out to the mountains.
Decided that we love it so much that we just wanted to do something with it. Part of it, we have a lot of goals in this, but the main one would be that we just want to shape a lifestyle for them that we hope they will carry on as they're grown and pass on to their children.
The Blotskys' children have joined them on hikes from the start.
Yeah, it is. It takes more planning. It's not as easy as, just throwing on the backpack and going hiking for a couple days. It takes planning, but you can definitely do it.
For a more affordable journey, the family will travel by motorhome and on no particular deadline.
And a lot of people, you hear about them, they've sold their homes, they've sold everything, and they're traveling the world. And
there you go.
And while that is really cool, that's not us.
They will travel to different parts of the country over time, returning home to work in between.
Who doesn't love coming home after being gone? That's like one of the best feelings ever, is to come back home, jump in your own bed.
They have created a website and social media accounts where they will share all of their adventures.
Something is so passionate of yours, you want to share it with the world. Like, you don't want to keep it to yourself. And another one of our goals in this is that we want to inspire and motivate other families to get out and explore and find their adventure.
They aim to explore and to inspire, but mostly
just to create those lifelong memories together. My 88-year-old grandpa says that it's only your memories that go with you.
In Billings, Jenny Fick, MTN News.
And Jenny tells us the Blotskys plan on seeing the classics like the Grand Canyon and the California Redwoods, but hope to hear suggestions of must-see locations for their travels. To follow their story, you can go to the backpackingblotzkys.com.